After a TV debut performing to over 4 million viewers, 21-year-old Marley Blandford has toured America with Christina Perri and made it to #1 on a Polish radio station. His music has been making waves on UK stations as well, and now the Pompey lad is due to join Janet Devlin for part of her winter tour. He joins me now in the studio, but first, let's hear a little bit of his music.
Bench several hours after dark, and I'm surprised it felt so magical for a typical Portsmouth park. And with your head upon my shoulder, I had visions of growing older. As you're sitting there, I hold you. Then you looked to the stars and said that a shooting star is a sign of love. And I was never sure what's above, but I guess that I was right, 'cause you're no longer in my life.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, Marley. I think that was a lovely little clip there. How would you describe your music?
It's a mixture of, I think it's mostly pop. I love a catchy melody, but it kind of, it's a mixture between, I write a lot acoustically, I love a bit of electric as well. But yeah, mostly kind of folk, a hint of reggae and some of the other stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of jazz and blues as well, so I kind of mix in, try and create a little fusion of them all. That's the vibes going on.
I think that clip there kind of had, for me, kind of reminded me of a sort of, high school romance sort of story, just from that small clip. How would you tell me a bit about you and how you got into music and writing it all?
Well, it was when I was very young. Like, my dad got me a little toy keyboard, and I started, I was flicking on some of the notes, and then eventually, apparently, I don't remember this, but I started playing like theme tunes and the things on the adverts on the TV when I was about 3 or 4. I just figured out the notes. So he got me a few lessons, and it went from there. I started learning a bit of drums in college, went on to guitar and a bit further. And I think mainly it was Coldplay that got me into what I do. I remember just going on piano one day, and I was listening to Clocks by Coldplay, and I thought, this is awesome, and I started figuring it out. And I thought, yeah, this is the kind of thing I want to do. So a lot of my writing kind of originally was very influenced by Coldplay. I still am influenced and inspired by them, but it's less so in my newer music. But yeah, Coldplay are the reason, in all honesty, yeah.
Oh, wow, well, Chris Martin, there we go, eat your heart out. And you said, the script there said you were #1 on a Polish radio station. That's extraordinary. What happened?
It said I toured in America as well. I ain't been to America before.
You've been to America? Sorry about that.
I did the UK, which is cool, yeah. No, but thanks anyway.
Thanks. Well, you can dream.
And yeah, that all came about quite randomly. It was when I was working with a label in Southampton, and they put my music out quite a lot across Europe and that. And they sent it, well, presumably they sent it to something called Orla FM, which is on the radios and online. And they had an online chart in which you voted for your #1, that the listeners vote. And I was at first it was about #8, and I was like, oh, we've made it onto a listeners chart. Cool. and then it went up and up, and then it hit #1, and I was looking, I was like, there's me, then there's Katy Perry, then there's Owl City, and I'm going, what's going on? It was a very random affair, but it was nice, and I got some nice response from listeners who had actually voted, which was really nice of them.
Well, that's beating
nice,
Katy Perry in any kind of vote must be rare.
I'm happy with that. Maybe not in a beauty contest, but it's nice to know.
And so you've been doing some fantastic things, doing tours, and you've got tours going on over the next bit as well.
Indeed.
Where do you kind of want to go with your career? How do you see it going forward?
I think the dream would be just to be able to travel, record, write with people that inspire me. Would be the dream. Like, the venues I don't really mind about. I'd love to just, even if it was just small venues in across the country, even just the UK. That would be a dream come true in itself, just to know that people are coming to hear my music and stuff, And
what do you write about when you're writing songs?
A mixture of everything. Places I've been, past friendships, current friendships, relationships as well. Hence the video clip you showed earlier. Yeah, it was that was written about a breakup as well. But I got a song out of it, so always not lost.
Oh dear, that's always the silver lining for artists, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's like, I think it's our way of dealing with anything bad happening. Is like, well, that happened. We all died, but I got a song. Something bad like that. It's always great.
And if people do want to see you over the next kind of bit, where can they go? Where will you be?
Across December, I'm doing a few dates just across the south. I mean, stretching out towards like Emsworth, Chichester, around that area. One in London as well, and most predominantly Portsmouth. I'm lucky enough to be invited to play at the beer festival at Portsmouth Guildhall, main stage. The Pyramids with a lovely vocal group called UVG, which they're awesome as well. I'm a special
I know
guest
about them, yeah.
And the Wedgwood Rooms as well for Icebreaker Festival.
Okay.
Which is going to be all great, and I'm inviting friends along to perform with me, and it's going to be a fun couple of months.
Well, it sounds great, and we'll be watching you with eagle eyes. Good luck, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.